Hi guys, my name is Tobias or Dr. Toby, the professional advisor. Um, the doc title is coming from my PhD that I earned in education. My PhD is in from the States, and my other degrees are from Canada. Anyway, in my work, in my professional counseling, and education consultation, most of you asked me whether I should, talk about Canada in general terms, like Canada at a glance. Yeah, okay. So some of you folks, you're already here. You just want to know more about this country. Yeah, I don't mind. And some of you folks, especially my African folks, you want to know, what is attractive about this country, what is good about this country, and what's not good. So I'll try to share as much as possible based on my experiences living here and schooling here. Just put a disclaimer out there that in no way I'm representing the government of Canada or Immigration Canada. I'm just gonna share my stories or information I know about Canada based on personal experiences living here. So yeah, let's get to it. Did you know that Canada is the second largest country in the world by land size, second to Russia? Of course, you don't want to go to Russia, right? You want to come to Canada. Yeah, Canada is huge. Just to give you a glimpse or the understanding how big it is. It's like, where I am, I'm in Calgary. Now, going to Toronto, it's about 4 hours flying on the plane. Driving, it's about 2 days driving. And that's, you're not resting much on the way because you have to rest as you drive. So it might take you more than that, but it's about 2 days. So, it's a huge country. So that's kind of maybe a disadvantage that if you have family folks or friends from one province to another, from one place to another, you have to, fly. It will take you long, or drive anyway, to just take you long, and also it can cost you more money than what it costs you in, where you're coming from because of the smaller size of the country where you're coming from. So that's kind of a disadvantage I found when I came here. That's what we struggle with, and sometimes actually it's a shorter distance to go to United States. Like for me going to Seattle from Calgary, it's a shorter distance than me going to where I'm coming from, Prince Edward Island in Charlottetown in the east coast of Canada. And it will even cost me more money to travel to, my home province, PEI, than going to Seattle in Washington State in the United States. So that's kind of the thing. Anyway, with the large country comes with the advantage also because we have large land. We get to use big cars, big vehicles like SUV and trucks because we have wide roads. It's especially in the Western Canada, like Alberta, where I am. We tend to use big vehicles because we have huge land as compared to other places. Anyway, that's the advantage. Another advantage is that we have big houses too. We have big houses. That a house that you buy in Alberta, for example, it might cost you more in places where there are lots of people, like Toronto, or even in the UK, in Europe. So that's the advantage that comes with the big land. Another advantage is that you don't have too much chaos or conflict with people because we have a lot of space. We don't have to be on each other's space, you know. People are very peaceful here. Maybe that's why. Canadians are very friendly. We are very friendly. We don't like conflict. We don't like to fight, and we're very polite. We're mostly polite. We open doors for you when you're coming behind us and so forth. We say hi. So lots of good things about this country. Did you know that telephone was invented in Canada? The cell phone you're using now, which has evolved, of course, from line telephone, which we used to have, hand telephone. It was discovered in Canada, in Toronto, and of course insulin. That they used to treat diabetes, also in Canada. So Canada has a lot to offer. Of course, you might be asking, what other things that you might not like in Canada. For me personally, I didn't like, the winter cold. I've come to, like winter actually because of I just enjoy, the difference in season, the change from summer too hot to winter. I get to, drink coffee, hot coffee in winter. So winter is as cold as putting your hand in the deep freezer. It's actually very cold. You can't go out with a t-shirt. You have to wear a winter heavy jacket. This is a winter jacket, like you can buy from shopping malls here. So that I just want to tell you that also winter actually it can kill you if you're staying too much outside without winter clothing, or just outside by yourself, or spending long time. No, no, no. People have been killed by winter. You can get snow bites, and it can also deform actually your body parts like your hands and feet if you're not wearing properly in winter clothing. So that's the biggest disadvantage. But thank God, like we have electricity 24 hours. I mean, malls are heated, houses are heated, so you don't have to worry. Cars are heated, there's heat in the car. You don't have to worry about winter. You're protected in terms of that. So that's, I guess, one of the things that you may mind. Some of you might actually embrace winter, because in winter you get to ski, you get to do tobogganing. If you're with kids, maybe you can take kids tobogganing, sliding on the hills, on the snow, of course safely, of course, right? Hockey, you can play hockey in winter too. So lots of things you can do. Skating, ice skating in winter is great. So lots of things that you can do in winter. So that's one of the, I guess, drawback or disadvantage or whatever you want to call it, you may like or may not like. What else? We have lowest crime rate, one of the countries with lowest crime rates in the world. Like I said, Canadians are very peaceful, friendly. They don't like to fight too much, so we don't have too much crime here. What else? Of course, maybe in bigger cities as compared to smaller cities, you might find more crime there than here, like in smaller places. Lots, like we have largest reservoirs of water, in Canada, from the Great Lakes, of course. Rivers, mountains. Some people like mountains. Some people love mountains. People travel from other places just to come and see mountains, especially in the West Coast. Rocky Mountains. We have the Rockies in the West Coast. We have the ocean. We have big cities, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and of course Calgary now. Lots of places to go to, lots of things to do. Canadians are hard hard workers actually. So yeah, I guess that's the advantage, and that's it. So they work hard. I guess the disadvantage is that they may not have time to play a lot. So therefore, some of the people coming from larger populated countries, you might find it a little bit, like Canadians are to themselves because they're working too much, maybe a lot more than other places. Not so much recreational, and they like to travel, like especially in winter. They like to escape the winters, like we call them snowbirds. So you may find that maybe boring, maybe just doing the same thing, working, but in between you can find time too. From my experiences, that you can find your own time. What else? Busy. We are busy, hardworking. We like to play also and go on vacations in winter time. So yeah, that's kind of yeah, that's Canada in the nutshell. And if you have more you want to ask, feel free to put some comments to this YouTube, and I'll be happy to answer you. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.